The year 1915 dawned with a bitter chill, not just from the winter air, but from the grim reality of a war that refused to end. In the bleak trenches, the brief warmth of the Christmas truce was a flickering memory, extinguished by the cold certainty of conflict. The naive belief in a swift victory had frozen and shattered, replaced by a hardening resolve. The new year brought new horrors. On the very first day, the British battleship HMS Formidable was torpedoed and sank into the unforgiving sea, a steel behemoth claimed by the depths. Soon after, the shadow of a German Zeppelin fell over Great Britain, its silent, menacing form heralding a new era of civilian terror as bombs rained down from the night sky. But the most terrifying innovation was yet to come. On the Eastern Front, a strange, greenish-yellow cloud drifted over the battlefield. Soldiers choked and fell, their lungs burning in agony. This was poison gas, a weapon of unprecedented cruelty, turning the very air they breathed into a deadly enemy and forever changing the face of warfare. The war was no longer a distant affair of soldiers. It was a total conflict, its tendrils reaching into every home and every life. As the year unfolded, the world watched in horror and grim determination. The war was escalating, and 1915 would be a year of blood, terror, and terrible invention.
1943. A world shrouded in the shadow of war. Across occupied Europe, a relentless winter mirrors the chilling grip of tyranny. The land lies bleak and frozen, a continent held captive under the jackboot, where hope flickers like a dying ember against an encroaching darkness. Within the suffocating walls of the ghettos, humanity endures against impossible odds. Haunting images capture the faces of those confined, a mixture of profound despair and unyielding resilience. In these crowded, starving streets, every glance, every shared crust of bread, is a quiet act of defiance against a system designed to crush the human spirit. But quiet defiance gives way to open rebellion. In Warsaw, the ghetto rises. With makeshift weapons and indomitable courage, a desperate, fierce resistance erupts against overwhelming force. The streets become a battleground, a testament to the will to fight for dignity even in the face of annihilation. As the year closes, the echoes of this struggle reverberate through history. We remember the Warsaw Ghetto Uprising not just as a battle lost, but as a symbol of enduring bravery. We stand in solemn tribute to the millions of lives extinguished in the Holocaust, vowing never to forget their stories, their sacrifice, and their light.
The world celebrated the dawn of a new decade, 2020, with spectacular fireworks and jubilant crowds filling the streets, their faces alight with hope and excitement for the year ahead. A collective cheer echoed across continents as the clock struck midnight, unaware of the profound shift that was about to unfold. Suddenly, the festive atmosphere gave way to a somber tone. News broadcasts began reporting on a mysterious new virus, its rapid spread capturing global attention. The once bustling cityscapes of the world fell silent, replaced by eerie images of empty streets and public squares, while the sight of people wearing masks became the new unsettling norm. A montage of lockdown scenes flashes across the screen. The Eiffel Tower stands deserted, Times Square is devoid of its usual chaotic energy, and quiet neighborhoods are still. The world as we knew it had paused. The video concludes with a single poignant shot. A lone individual gazes out of their window, a look of contemplation on their face, symbolizing a world irrevocably changed by an invisible threat.
The streets of Berlin are a sea of monochrome shadows and fleeting light. A new year, 1933, is dawning, but the air is thick, not with celebration, but with a palpable chilling tension. The fragile Weimar Republic is crumbling, its economy shattered into a million desperate pieces. Anxious citizens, their faces etched with worry, hurry through the cold streets, while the government teeters on the brink of collapse. In the stark contrast of the city, fervent political rallies burn with a dangerous energy. Young, determined faces like that of a hopeful Nazi supporter gaze toward a promised future, a stark counterpoint to the poverty-gripping families in their homes. Newspaper headlines scream of instability, each word read with a furrowed brow by worried observers who see the writing on the wall. As the clock strikes midnight, the cheers are brief, almost hollow. They are swallowed by the immense, uncertain silence that follows. The scene fades, leaving the Reichstag standing grimly under a dark, snowy sky. A storm is gathering over Germany, and the world is about to change forever.
In the heart of a quaint English village, the year 1348 draws to a close. Villagers gather around a crackling bonfire, their faces illuminated by the dancing flames. Though they share laughter and ale, a palpable unease hangs in the chilly New Year's Eve air, a shadow creeping at the edge of their celebration. Amidst the forced merriment, a young blacksmith named Thomas overhears hushed whispers. Tales from distant ports speak of a great pestilence, a swift and merciless killer that turns the skin black. Fear, a contagion of its own, flickers in his eyes as he scans the crowd, wondering which familiar face might be the last he ever sees. Soon the whispers become a horrifying reality. The once bustling market square falls silent, its cobblestones echoing only the rattle of the death cart. Red crosses mark the doors of the sick, prayers turning to silent pleas. The vibrant tapestry of village life unravels, thread by thread, leaving only desolation. As the church bell tolls, heralding the arrival of 1349, Thomas stands alone on a windswept hill. He looks down upon his village, now a ghost town cloaked in silence. The fire of celebration has been extinguished, replaced by the cold, somber dawn of a new year and an age of profound sorrow.